So there's been a lot of talk about Sony's S&Q feature and the quality of its slow motion. You see, the thing is, when you go inside the menu and you select your recording settings, you have a couple options. You have 24, 30, and 60p. When it comes to slow motion, you can only select 24 and 30p, and then you can select your frame rates. Now, when you select 120 frames per second, depending on your recording setting, you're only getting a bit rate of 12 to 16 megabits per second. Now, why would you use this over manually selecting 120 frames per second and doing 100 megabits per second for your slow motion footage? I did some research and came upon Miguel Quiles's video on Anorama TV where he explains the difference between S&Q and manual slow motion on the Sony A7Iii III. I decided I wanted to do my own testing with the A7 III. So I decided to give my friend Al a call. He's a dope videographer. You guys need to check him out.
What's up, everyone? My name's Albert Acosta. I'm a full-time filmmaker. Welcome back to another how-to video.
We decided to roll out to the skate park. For the first test, we decided to spin the skateboard capturing in slow motion. We took different samples using the Sony S&Q settings, as well as my 120 frames per second slow motion settings. If you haven't seen my video settings guide, make sure to click the link above so you could check those out. The wind started picking up, so what would be a better way of capturing more slow motion? We took a look up and we saw the palm trees going crazy. We knew that was going to be our next test sample. For all of the tests, I made sure to keep the variables exactly the same, from the lens, the f-stop, picture profile, ISO, everything. This way we'd have accurate results. For the skateboard test footage, the only difference I saw is the non-S&Q footage had slightly sharper edges, but there wasn't a significant difference. Now for the palm trees, they did look different. On the right hand side, it does look sharper, but different variables could have affected it, like the lighting, being that I couldn't capture the palm trees at the same exact time. I knew now that I needed to borrow another camera and lens. I borrowed my friend Edgar's G Master lens and called my friend Chris, who had an A7 III. He also had a fire pit, so we thought this would be the perfect time to do some slow motion tests. I rigged up my small rig cage with an extension arm and had both cameras side by side. This way we could hit record at the same exact time. And here's our results. So taking a really close look at the fire pit footage, the non-S&Q footage does look slightly sharper on the coal and the edge of the bowl. That's the only difference that I see. It's crazy how 12 megabits per second is keeping up with 100 megabits per second, especially with Sony's 1080p footage. Most people say it looks soft. I think this straight out of the camera looks great. What do you guys think? For the last test, we thought it'd be an awesome idea to pop a balloon filled with confetti. There's a couple variables that affected this test. The UV filter changes the color, which really wouldn't affect the test so much as the focusing. We did shoot both of these tests on f9, however, the focusing was a little bit different. Besides that, you guys could see the quality of the footage, and the answer is still up in the air for me. Alright everybody, so that wraps up my testing for the Sony S&Q feature, and I named it the good, the bad, and the ugly for a couple reasons. The good is S&Q feature seems to work fantastic. I've yet to try any time lapses, but I'm excited to do that. The bad part is I don't know if the 120 frames per second with 100 megabits per second really is worth it. I probably am still going to use it because there has to be a difference. There can't be a difference between 12 and 100 megabits per second and no quality difference. So maybe depending on the right situation with the right variables, it's important that you would use it. The ugly part is the debate, because so many people just keep saying S&Q is garbage, other people are saying it's great. I think as long as you're utilizing the camera in the ways that makes you happy, that's all that matters. So just keep creating, keep enjoying these cameras because they're fantastic machines. I love Sony's system. I don't think I could ever go back to Canon, and I'm happy that I've been able to do these videos for you guys. So once again, different variables and factors can change the results. So maybe somebody else that's done these type of tests has had a different result. But as far as my slow motion footage, I think both of them look usable 100%. Just go with what you think is going to be more beneficial to you. If you like the slow motion in body, use the in body. If you don't mind slowing it down in post, slow it down in post. If you want to just send it over to your phone real quick and post it on Facebook or Instagram, then S&Q is a great feature, and I'm glad that they have this option. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a thumbs up. It took a while to film this and get everything going. In the comments below, if you want to see any other tests, let me know. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and check me out on Instagram, where I upload different photos and videos daily, and you can always DM me right there. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. I'm Jason Anthony. Peace.